Just finished watching this Amir Phil Greco weigh-in. Greco weighed in, what was it, a pound under 150, and Khan weighed a couple ounces over 150. It's officially a welterweight contest, but as there's no title on the line or anything like that, both guys coming in over the welterweight limit of 147 is not exactly an issue. And perhaps it was agreed upon before the fight that both come in at 150. I don't know. It don't matter anyway. There's no title on the line. Irrelevant. Both guys look calm and confident. It's always fun and games with Amir Khan, and the press conference this week plus this weigh-in were relatively tame, but I could see there was so much going on beneath the surface. Both guys were making weight, obviously, so they're trying to concentrate on doing that this week. But you could tell Greco wanted to continue trolling Amir Khan, but after the backlash he got last time, he thought better of it rather than do that. But you could tell he wanted to, because that's how you get to Khan, and he knows that. He knows it's worked for fighters in the past to try and goad Amir Khan. And it worked at the initial kickoff press conference. Khan threw a glass of water over Phil Greco. But this time, during this week's press conference and weigh-in, Greco wasn't really going for Khan like that verbally. And Khan, you could tell, didn't want to engage. He's been told by his people behind the scenes, you need to approach this like a professional. Don't repeat the mistakes you've made in the past, taking the bait when fighters have been goading you, or when fighters' fathers have been goading you. In the case of Danny Garcia with his dad Angel Garcia, don't take the bait. So even when they faced off at the weigh-in, Khan didn't want to engage in a long stare down, because he has done in previous fights. He's engaged in these long stare downs. In this fight, he was like, you know what? I'm just here to do a professional job. I'm not going to engage this guy. I'll just, do a stare down for a couple seconds for the cameras and then turn away and not get caught up in the hype of the situation. Because that's to Phil Greco's advantage. Phil Greco's only chance in this fight is to turn this into a war, right? He's not going to outbox Amir Khan. That's ridiculous. He has to engage Khan in a war, hope to catch him with something big, either bully him to a points decision the way that Lamont Peterson did. I know that was a controversial decision, but still, same kind of idea. He's either got to do that or he's got to knock Amir Khan out. And he says he's going to go for the latter. He's going to try and knock Amir Khan out. And he actually said at the final press conference that he's willing to get knocked out trying to knock Khan out, basically. So he says he's going to lay it all on the line, and that's going to make the fight fun. Now, if we were talking the Amir Khan who fought Marcos Maidana, I certainly wouldn't be entertaining the idea that Phil Greco has got any serious chance of winning this fight. I wouldn't be entertaining the idea. I wouldn't say he's got no chance if it was the Khan who fought Maidana, but I wouldn't give him much of a chance. But we don't have the Khan who fought Maidana anymore. He's been out the ring a long time. He hasn't necessarily been living the healthiest life outside the ring. He's been away for 2 years. He's coming off a devastating knockout defeat to Canelo. We don't know what Khan's got left. I have to imagine the layoff would have negatively affected him. And because of all that, the defeats he suffered, the wear and tear on his body, the time out the ring, the distractions from boxing, I have to imagine that Khan is going to be nowhere near his best for this fight. And therefore, Phil Greco does actually have a chance. In fact, I'll be surprised, given how confident Greco is and how rugged a fighter he is and his intent in this fight. I'll be surprised if Greco doesn't at some stage put Amir Khan under serious pressure to the point where Khan is holding on, maybe even hurt, maybe even dropped. I'd be surprised if that don't happen. If Greco don't have Khan in some bother in this fight. And I wouldn't rule out Khan losing the fight because of the factors I've just mentioned. Again, if it was the prime Khan, the Khan who beat Maidana, I wouldn't be saying these things. But a guy coming off a 2-year layoff, a defeat, turmoil in his personal life, hand surgery, not living the best lifestyle outside the ring, putting loads of weight on, all this kind of stuff. I mean, not crazy amounts of weight, but he's been definitely overweight, right? Since the last time he fought. So you combine all these factors together, and I think we're going to see fun and games in the ring. As is often the case with Amir Khan fights. We often see fun and games. And that's why we tune in to watch him, right? Because it's entertainment. It's value for money. That's what you get with Amir Khan. And this Phil Greco fight is a fun fight. Because of the fact that Greco's been trash talking him and all this kind of business. Greco against anybody else. I mean, imagine Greco against Brook. There would be no excitement for the fight at all. Nobody would care. Because everyone would think, oh, Brook's going to blow this guy out in, a couple rounds. It's not even competitive. But Brook is not as vulnerable as Amir Khan. He don't have the history of being so vulnerable. And that's why when someone like Greco pops up as a Khan opponent and he's talking trash, you don't just dismiss him immediately, or I don't. I mean, because these guys know Khan's mental weaknesses, and they also know his physical weaknesses. His physical weaknesses being he doesn't hold a shot very well, and his mental weaknesses being he's a hothead. Khan is a hot-headed guy, and he's easy to goad. It's easy to get Khan to exchange with you and, go toe-to-toe. Or it has been in the past anyway. So these are the things that make Amir Khan events, like press conferences and stuff like that, weigh-ins, entertaining. And of course, is what makes his fights so entertaining. So we'll see. Will he be able to hold it together? Will he be able to box a disciplined fight like he has done in most of his fights with Virgil Hunter? The exception would have been when he fought Julio Diaz, where he did try and engage Diaz a few times in the fight, and he got himself dropped and hurt very badly in the Julio Diaz fight. I believe he was with Virgil Hunter then. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, other than that, against Collazo, a disciplined, good performance. One of his better performances actually against Collazo. Devon Alexander, a good performance from Khan. Then obviously Canelo. He was boxing pretty well against Canelo. He wasn't trying to engage Canelo too much. But Canelo's body shots, I think, took something out of Khan's legs, slowed him down enough for Canelo to time that big right hand over the top. And obviously Canelo's a much, much bigger man. So, yeah. We'll see what Khan has, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you expecting fun and games in the ring? Are you expecting an upset? Are you expecting Khan to have serious problems? Personally, I'll be surprised if he don't have problems in the fight. The Greco, unheralded fighter, not a top tier welterweight at all. But you go back and look at Khan's early career, he was fighting guys who really weren't supposed to be in his league. They certainly weren't as amateurs. But he was getting dropped by certain guys, and getting hurt by certain guys like Michael Gomez, like Willie Lemond, etc. These are not guys who were supposed to be doing them kind of things to him, especially not Willie Lemond. But they did. So anyway, yeah, let me know how you feel in the comment section below, people. It's Hatman, I'm out.